Buckle up, because we're about to unpack a political earthquake rocking India right now, a rebellion that's splitting the Sanghparivar wide open. This isn't just another news story. It's a drama of betrayal, online wars, and jaw-dropping twists you won't believe. Let's dive in. Recent months have seen an unusual surge of criticism against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but it's not coming from liberals or the Congress Party. It's coming from right-wing nationalist social media accounts aligned with the Sanghparivar, the very people who've been Modi's fiercest cheerleaders. These voices, once fiercely loyal, are now openly questioning his leadership. They're slamming him on multiple fronts, from how he's handling Indo-Pakistan conflicts to what they call softness on core Hindu nationalist issues. In some jaw-dropping posts and videos, these accounts have even started praising former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, a Congress icon, as a model of decisive leadership, implying Modi's approach doesn't measure up. They've also viciously attacked government officials like Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri for policies they see as weak. Meanwhile, Modi himself has stayed eerily silent. These developments point to a growing ideological rift within the Hindutva camp, where a hardline faction feels the Sanghparivar's leadership has betrayed their expectations. Let's start with the spark that set this off: the recent India-Pakistan tensions. In early May 2025, India launched Operation Sindoor, a series of airstrikes targeting terror hubs. Tensions were sky high, but on May 10th, a US-brokered ceasefire was announced. For many right-wing nationalists, this was a slap in the face. They saw the truce as cowardice and a humiliation for India, accusing the Modi government of bowing to foreign pressure. The online backlash was ferocious. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri, who publicly conveyed the ceasefire decision, became an immediate target. On X, extremist Hindutva handles tore into him, calling him spineless, a traitor, and a national shame for supporting what they viewed as a surrender. The abuse got personal and ugly. Trolls dug up Misri's family social media profiles, even targeting a years-old photo he posted with his daughter as part of Modi's Selfie with Daughter campaign. His daughter, a young lawyer who once worked with Rohingya refugees, was smeared as anti-national. The onslaught was so vicious that Misri had to lock his ex account to escape the hate. But he wasn't the only one. External Affairs Minister S. Shankar and other bureaucrats linked to the ceasefire faced similar attacks. The message from these right-wing accounts was blunt. Modi's government showed unforgivable weakness by halting military operations. The Sanghparivar's own rhetoric didn't help. On May 9th, the BJP's official handle tweeted, "We have no patience for futile peace talks," only to proclaim a commitment to peace the next day. Trolls pounced on this flip-flop, calling it doublespeak. Memes and graphics flooded nationalist circles. One popular image showed a handshake with a snake, symbolizing the ceasefire as a deal with the treacherous. Another scathing post shared an animation of Modi dressed as a waiter serving US President Donald Trump and Saudi Arabia's King Salman, captioned, "A waiter who only takes orders, he is an international embarrassment for Hindus." This is a shocking departure from the adulation Modi used to get from these forums. Even RSS-linked outlets picked up on the discontent. The RSS's magazine Panchanya ran a WhatsApp poll on the ceasefire, and the results were stark. Only about 700 respondents supported the truce, while over 4,600 opposed it. Hardliners touted this as proof that real Hindus reject Modi's peace overtures. The ceasefire became a catalyst for the Hindu nationalist alt-right to vent years of frustration, painting Modi as timid and compromising against Pakistan, a far cry from the chest-thumping militancy they once expected. Now, here's where things get really wild. In a twist no one saw coming, some of these Sanghparivar critics are praising Indira Gandhi, a Congress leader the RSS and BJP have historically opposed, to dunk on Modi. After the ceasefire, Indira's name trended on X as users compared her 1971 war leadership to 2025. Indira is remembered for her decisive victory in the 1971 Indo-Pak War, which liberated Bangladesh, and for standing up to the United States during that conflict. Now, even some right-wing voices, alongside opposition figures, are holding up the Iron Lady as an example of the resolve they find lacking in Modi. The Congress party leaned into this hard, posting images of Indira with captions like Indira Gandhi, courage, conviction, strength, clearly contrasting her era with Modi's. Congress leaders pointed out that Indira never bowed to US pressure, famously ignoring threats from President Nixon's White House in 1971, while Modi's government agreed to a US mediated ceasefire. Srinivas BV from the Youth Congress wrote, Indira Gandhi neither stopped, nor bowed, nor got scared, recalling how she defied Washington to protect India's interests. Another user quipped, everyone cannot be Indira Gandhi, implying Modi fell short. Even a Trinamool Congress MP chimed in, saying, there has only been one Indira Gandhi, India's most powerful prime minister. While the opposition stoked this Indira nostalgia, it resonated beyond them. Rohit Pawar, an NCP legislator, praised Indira's fortitude, noting she declared a ceasefire only after breaking Pakistan in two in 1971, a total victory he implied Modi failed to match. Pawar reminded followers that even BJP icon Atal Bihari Vajpayee, then opposition leader, had hailed Indira as Durga for her 1971 triumph. Shockingly, some disillusioned Sanghparivar supporters echoed this. In a viral video, an elderly BJP supporter in a Modi t-shirt breaks down over violence against Hindus during recent clashes in West Bengal. Sobbing, he says if such suffering happened under Indira, Nehru, or Sonia Gandhi, we would have accepted it because those leaders weren't expected to champion Hindu causes. But under Modi, whom he calls his Lord Krishna, this pain is unbearable. He cries, chest beating in anguish, and that video, shared by right-wing handles like Voice of Hindus and Gems of BJP, captures the raw sense of betrayal. The fact that Indira Gandhi's leadership is being favorably invoked by Hindu nationalists, however grudgingly, speaks volumes. It shows how Modi's most ardent followers once expected him to be as bold and uncompromising as Indira, and now feel he's fallen short. The online revolt has also targeted officials and been amplified by influential right-wing digital figures. Misri's case became a lightning rod. His press briefings, where he said a terror attack on tourists in Pahalgam, Kashmir, aimed to provoke communal tensions, were derided by hardliners. They rejected any narrative that didn't focus solely on Islamist aggression, accusing the Modi government of appeasing Muslims. Some even demanded Misri's removal, with one post shared over 1,700 times, urging that Vikram Misri has to be made the next Sujata Singh, referencing a foreign secretary Modi sacked early in his term. These attacks aren't from liberals or the opposition. They're from the Hindutva extreme right. A network of firebrand nationalist influencers is driving this on platforms like X, YouTube, and other social media. Take Madhu Purnima Kishwar, a writer who was a huge Modi supporter in 2014. After a jihadist attack in Kashmir in April, she unleashed furious tweets blaming Modi for the tragedy. Citing reports that terrorists told victims, "Tell this to Modi," she suggested his policies invited the bloodshed. Sarcastically, she wrote, Maulana Modiji worked so hard to convince Hindus to visit Kashmir as tourists, calling the massacre a return gift from jihadis. She derided pro-Modi propagandists as brain-damaged Modi megaphones who can't see a big fraud against Hindus in a recent Waqf properties law. Kishwar nicknamed Modi Maulana Modi, implying he panders to Muslims, a wild charge from a former ally. She even accused him of enabling Islamists, alleging he cut short his romance with Saudi royals to celebrate the valor of jihadis and is humiliating kafirs before slaughtering them. This incendiary rhetoric edging into conspiracy gets thousands of likes and shares in right-wing circles. Unthinkable from the pro-Modi camp a few years ago. Other influencers are piling on. Ritu Rathaur, a prominent Hindutva activist, tweeted that in the last 11 years of absolute power, Modi BJP RSS destroyed GC, general caste, Hindus. No other party did this mass-level destruction, the way BJP has done. She argues the Sangh Parivar betrayed upper caste Hindus through policies like caste-based reservations and minority outreach. Rathore lists grievances. From the Mandal Commission to an allegedly weaponized SC/ST Act, she blames the BJP and RSS for anti-Hindu affirmative action, calling Modi an opportunist no different from the Congress. Another handle, Gems of BJP, urged followers to Make a list of all those right-wing accounts which are licking a bee of MS Modi after the caste census. They are your real enemy. Their bio declares, proving that BJP is a Hindu-hating party and we need a new party, want Yogi ji as PM soon. They're openly campaigning for Uttar Pradesh CM Yogi Adityanath, seen as a harder Hindutva icon, to replace Modi. These digital firebrands coordinate campaigns labeling the RSS BJP establishment as pseudo-Hindutva and mocking loyalists as Sanghis, a pejorative twist on Sangh. They push hashtags like Maulana Modi and RS Mukt Bharat, a Sangh-free India, signaling they see the sanghparivar's leadership as obstacles to true Hindu empowerment. On YouTube, they host live discussions and shows challenging RSS stalwarts, racking up hundreds of thousands of views. One right-wing YouTuber, Ashish Joshi, tagged Modi in a post declaring, Modi has utterly failed the Hindus of Bharat. It's time he steps down and the SARP pseudo-Hindutva BJP RSS is dismantled and cast into the gutter of history. We Hindus can manage the rest. These open calls for Modi's resignation from Hindu nationalist quarters show how bold this faction has become. Now, not all conservatives or BJP supporters endorse these views. Many find them abhorrent. Misri's trolling, for example, sparked support from the establishment. Senior IAS and IPS officers' associations condemned the deplorable personal attacks on a civil servant performing his duties with integrity, standing with Misri and his family. Former diplomats called the toxic hate disgusting. But these defenses came from bureaucrats and opposition leaders, not the BJP's top brass. Through all this, Modi and the sanghparivar leadership have stayed silent. No direct response to this MAGA-like alt-right backlash from their base. Reports from the print say the BJP and RSS are deliberately avoiding public confrontation, privately dismissing these hardliners as a vocal minority of internet cranks. Journalist Sanya Dingra notes, for their part, the BJP government, the party, and the RSS maintain a strict public silence on these groups, with insiders calling them publicity-hungry malcontents who don't represent the core cadre. Some in the RSS admit this fringe anger reflects wounded angst of the upper castes, especially Brahmins, who resent the BJP's outreach to Dalits and backward classes. The Sanghparivar's Hindutva ideology pushes broad Hindu unity, including lower castes and even minority engagement, inspired by figures like Ambedkar and Phule. This inclusivity frustrates those who wanted the BJP to favor general category Hindus, fueling much of the vitriol. But this isn't just a minor squabble. What was once a buried wedge is now out in the open. A loud section of Hindutva activists brands the BJP and RSS as cowardly secularists, undeserving of the Hindu community's faith. They accuse the government of failing to stand up for Hindus, appeasing Muslims, and censoring the authentic Hindu voice with moderate policies. This is a dramatic ideological divergence within the Sanghparivar's extended family. The Sangh's right flank is revolting against what they see as a centrist, compromising BJP in power. Comparison to America's MAGA movement, far-right populists turning on the Republican establishment, are common. Just as MAGA shattered conservative consensus, India's Hindutva hardliners threaten to upend the BJP's balance between rhetoric and governance. They're fighting to dismantle the compromise moderates and install a purer Hindutva leadership. So far, Modi and the RSS haven't engaged these rebels head-on, drawing some criticism. No reprimands were issued, even when loyal civil servants like Misri were vilified. The Prime Minister's office didn't defend Misri or condemn the abuse, a silence some see as acknowledging an uncomfortable truth. The BJP likely fears addressing this will give the dissidents more legitimacy. By ignoring them, they hope to contain the revolt as a fringe tantrum. Many in the BJP think these extremists are just embittered individuals who failed to be a part of the new post-2014 Durbar and are lashing out in envy. Some of the loudest voices were once pro-Modi bloggers or hopefuls who didn't get positions, which might explain their turncoat behavior. Still, the fact that Hindutva hawks are roasting a BJP government with slogans like RSS Mukt Bharat is a sea change in India's right-wing discourse. It shows that after nearly a decade in power, the BJP faces not just opposition from liberals or leftists, but a challenge from the extreme right. This new opposition is fueled by ideological purity tests and nostalgia for a tougher past. Hence the nods to Indira Gandhi's era. It underscores growing impatience in parts of the base. They expected Modi to deliver a Hindu Rashtra or an uncompromising nationalist agenda and now feel disenchanted by what they see as pragmatism or opportunism. One anonymous alt-right handle admin told The Print, "A few years into the Modi government, we realized our hopes are being dashed. This man is an opportunist, no different from the Congress." The final straw for them was the government's decision to discipline Nupur Sharma, a BJP spokeswoman who made anti-prophet remarks, which they saw as the BJP not standing up for a Hindu voice. In summary, India's right-wing nationalist social media is in chaos. Influential Hindutva-aligned handles and channels have blasted Modi over the Pakistan ceasefire, even valorizing Indira Gandhi's wartime decisiveness in contrast. They've launched online campaigns against officials like Vikram Misri, using platforms like X and YouTube to amplify their message. They continue to accuse the Modi government and RSS of betraying Hindu interests, all without a peep of rebuttal from Modi himself. Whether this is just a fringe revolt or the seeds of a larger political realignment, it's exposed cracks in the sanghparivar's once monolithic facade. The BJP now faces an ironic challenge: how to handle an opposition that wears the saffron badge too.